this week's episode of Naruto Shippuden. Naruto and Minato make the boys from Dragon Ball Z proud. They combine Naruto's Sage Chakra with Kurama's Bijou Chakra and take down Obito and the Ten Tails. That is until Obito decides to unleash the true form of the Ten Tails, which is a massive divine god tree, which reaches into the sky and releases all of these massive wooden tentacles to take out the chakra of the entire Shinobi Alliance, leaving them nothing more than mummified corpses. This week's episode was awesome. It was really well paced, it had great artwork, a lot of fantastic action scenes, you got a lot of great feels moments from the beginning of the episode when Minato was realizing that being with Naruto was just like when he was working with Kushina. Both Naruto and Minato got to team up against Obito in a move that would make the guys from Dragon Ball Z blush. It was just like that. They were flying through the sky, using big energy beams, slamming into each other, and thanks to the power of combining Kurama's power and Sage Mode, it actually worked. And what's really great about this scene is that it's actually a follow-up on that one scene where Naruto confronted Nagato and he got real pissed off, and he actually combined their powers for like a split second, but he didn't really do anything with it. But we're gonna see more from this in the future of the series. The other thing that's really interesting about this episode is that while this tree is sucking up the chakra of everyone, both Hashirama and Madara are still fighting, and Madara decides to go into this whole history spiel about why this thing exists and what the tree is actually doing. Apparently it is the originator of all chakra, and it's basically just trying to take its chakra back from everyone. And apparently it was this massive divine tree which every millennium or so will bear this fruit. A fruit which you should not eat. If you do, something really bad's gonna happen. Guess what? Someone had to eat the fruit, so it's this one woman by the name of Lady Kaguya, who is this princess, and she used this power to stop war and all this stuff. However, it actually just made things worse, but luckily she had a son who was Hagoromo Otsutsuki, who became the Sage of the Six Paths, sealed up the Ten Tails, and that was the end of that chapter. Come to present day, we can see that things really aren't all that much better. Basically, the tree itself became sentient and turned into the Ten Tails as in looking for revenge against mankind. However, with the help of someone really powerful like Madara or Obito, or even Kaguya herself, they're the only ones who can really seem to control this beast when it's at full power, or use the infinite Tsukiyomi. And let's just talk about that scene where they finally show it rising into the sky for the first time. Really, really great. The music choice was great, the colors were awesome, and it just made it seem so ominous. And it went on for a long time. It almost went on too long. It was like the ship in Spaceballs. What I will say is, if you want to make the scene funny, watch it again, imagine it with different music, and it's finally when they get to the very top of the tree, just imagine that it's Groot's face from Guardians of the Galaxy. Just something about that really made me laugh. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Naruto Shippuden? Pretty freaking entertaining. The action scene at the very beginning with Naruto and Minato was awesome. There was a lot of impact behind it, and I just loved the artwork, especially how slowly but surely they started to become the massive forms of Kurama. First they were the big faces, then they turned into the bodies holding the Rasengan. It just looked really cool, and it was very exciting. Then being able to take out Obito, even though he was using his crazy black chakra, was great. Just the fact that he's already able to use Sage Mode and combine it with Kurama so easily, and the fact that Kurama allows him to gather nature energy a lot faster, just shows that they really go hand in hand and they were meant to work with each other in tandem. I don't know if this is something that Minato had planned, but it's definitely something that Naruto has mastered, and it's given him a little more distinctiveness amongst the Jinchuriki. Speaking of which, there's actually a little bit of Killer Bee this week, even though he doesn't do anything except run around from the tentacles and stuff. And I just thought that was funny because, you know, he has his Samehara, he's just running around and he's wondering, why are they all chasing me? And that's because he has so much chakra, and that's the other problem. Since a lot of people actually have Naruto's chakra, they're all getting picked off a lot easier because that tree just wants it back so bad. Of course, the main characters are fine and we're not going to have to worry about them, but otherwise, this was still a great episode. Great artwork, production value, music was really good, voice acting, you got the feels, you got excited, and I'm ready for the rest of this final arc. And I just want to say that while watching this episode, I really appreciated it a lot more because for those of you who don't know, the Naruto manga is getting ready to end in like the next 5 weeks or so. And it's just allowed me to appreciate a lot of the other little things about this anime series and the fact that it really doesn't have that much longer. I imagine the anime version's probably going to end in 2015, probably mid-2015, because we are catching up and we are getting closer to the climax, especially with the things they were introducing in this week's episode. But for those who just watched the anime, I imagine you're probably really excited about this one. So, I'm going to give this week's episode a 4 out of 5. There were some spots it was a little spotty in and it could have been a little better, but for the most part, I thought this was a really high-quality episode of Naruto that just worked really well, and you should definitely check it out if you're a fan of the series. Good stuff. Thank you guys for watching my review. If you liked this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And before you guys leave, please tell me what you thought about this week's episode of Naruto Shippuden. Did you guys have any favorite scenes from this week's episode? And what do you want to see from the final arc of Naruto? Before you guys leave, make sure and go ahead and subscribe to our channel. You can do that by clicking on this button right up here. That way you can see all of our latest anime and manga reviews. We review a lot of stuff other than Naruto. You know, I just started reviewing the brand new Parasite anime and the second season of Gundam Build Fighters Try. Check it out, it's pretty awesome. You guys can also follow us on Facebook and on Twitter.